Now, ladies and gentlemen, within the past 48 hours, we received multiple CS2 updates. Now, 3 of these are official with actual blog posts, and the rest have been added with the shadow update format. With us getting the biggest blog posts and patch to date, that being 3.88 gigabytes, players have now discovered dozens of new bugs and some outstanding problems I want to discuss. Today's video, I want to break down Valve's most recent patch notes from yesterday and discuss these new and outstanding bugs, but also look into some CS2 news. There's actually quite a bit. Some of this is official from Valve, while the rest is just from players in the community. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Now, firstly, for today's video, it feels like we've had multiple updates within the past couple of days. We've had 3 officially from Valve in the past week with a full-size blog post, and as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, some of these were added in a shadow update format, mostly to do with bug fixes. It seems like after we got the biggest update to date for CS2 on Friday, all these new bugs and some outstanding are stemming from this most recent one. With this update on Friday that was 3.88 gigabytes, we also saw 3 more that were just added in over time, which was also all stemming from that update. With the patch notes and blog posts being as big as that was, or just any update like that, you're going to run into some new problems, which we just did. Now, this most recent update came out on November 17th, that being yesterday as of recording, and 2 days ago as of me actually posting this. This was at around 6 p.m. Valve said release notes are up for today. Now, if you didn't know or took a look at these patch notes, they're pretty small, which that we'll get to in just a moment. The community reaction to this tweet and this small update, a lot of players in the community don't really know what to think. Anomaly said, "Where's the content?" Aquarius thanked Valve for fixing that teleport bug so quickly, which we will discuss at the end of the video, so that seems to be patched for now, but who knows if something new can come in like that anytime soon. And then you have dozens of players asking Valve to add CL_right_hand 0, so the ability to play on the left-hand side of your screen, but also Bob. This was recently added or so changed to the op inside CS2, as well as some scoping speeds for the op as well. A lot of players ever since CS2 is released are complaining about the op. It doesn't feel like CSGO, and that's just an overall problem with the game. And the patch notes for Friday. They fixed a few minor subtick input bugs. They fixed a bug with first-person animation in bot takeover. They fixed a bug where drop/thrown weapons had too much velocity. They fixed a case where players could push their view through low ceilings, so you could pretty much see through walls. Or let's just take Nuke, for instance. Let's just say you're near B. You could maybe place your crosshair through there to see the site, so maybe it look like you're cheating in a demo. Realistically or not, you're just exploiting the game. Speaking of exploits, they fixed the exploit that allowed players to teleport, which I'm glad that was fixed as quickly as it was, as Aquarius mentioned. DE_overpass had various tweaks and bug fixes. Anubis fixed a potential gap exploit on A site, and a plunged hole near T spawn where bomb could be thrown out of the world, so the round would pretty much be chalked unless you killed everyone on the CT side. So pretty much this update fixed all the problems that the big update the day before had, and this right here is the prime example of getting 2 blog posts a week. From the past 3 weeks, we've had 1 really big blog post like the one on Thursday, and then following we usually get 1 or 2 a day later, fixing all the bugs that original update had, or if we even get this, it's followed up in the next week. And I'm not saying you should get used to this, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a similar format to what they've done the past couple of weeks for the next few months, where we get an update, maybe not the size of 3.88 gigabytes like we saw on Thursday, and then another one following that trying to fix all these small and just weird problems. Now, another bug I want to mention that I hardly if ever see in the blog post is performance with FPS. I'm assuming Valve's not very clear with this because it's different for everybody. Everyone has a different system. You may have a different graphics card than me, or we could have the exact same computer and someone else has a different CPU. It's very hard to get everyone's computer optimized to their standards since everyone differs, and this goes for not just the updates we covered in today's video, but pretty much every single one inside CS2. I get a couple comments pretty much every video after an update goes out that their game crashes more or they lost a bunch of FPS. Those two differ quite a bit, obviously, on your computer, and how you can stop crashes anyway that I know of is I would revert my drivers back or go to the newest one possible, and FPS differs quite a bit. For some people, it downgrades quite a bit after an update. Some people get more FPS, and that's once again related to your unique system, but also drivers, and it could be so much more. I've only had one update in CS2 that one made me crash more and made my FPS just on 2 different maps, that being Ancient and Inferno, go down to 50. So it'd spike all the way up to 300, then go to 50, and the game was a slideshow, so it was pretty much unplayable. Now let's talk about CS2 news, but also bugs. And firstly, is the bugs. Now, since this wasn't mentioned in the blog post, I do want to include it. There was a bug where you could toss the bomb like a football for us Americans, or a soccer ball for most others. As of right now, and at the time of this happening, it seems like it was only happening on a certain map, that being Dust 2, and also in certain spots. Now, after playing after all of these updates, and even right now, I still haven't had this while playing. I've also tried to do this in a private match and just hasn't worked. And another bug that was patched that was mentioned by Aquarius, but also Valve, is teleporting. And once again, I haven't run into this, nor have I now. And this, like the toss bomb, seems like it's only happening for certain maps. But judging by certain clips people have sent into CS2 News, which is not the actual CS2 News Twitter account, just someone random running it, seems like it's happening on Inferno, Dust 2, but also Mirage. Now, with the teleporting bug, someone asked Aquarius what caused this. Aquarius mentioned if you bind F1 backwards to a bunch of different numbers to teleport, and then bind F2 to go forward, it'd make you solid again, aka teleport. And this was most likely caused due to this most recent big update. Valve messed up some code, which obviously pissed off a lot of people, because if you did that or someone else exploited it, which a lot of people did in matchmaking, it's not going to make for a fun experience. Now, something that's pretty random, but I thought was cool, possibly for a future update, is from Homshaw on Twitter. He asked us, the players, with a quick video clip, are rare animations coming to weapon skins? Watch the shadow. And it seems like if you watch the video, the gun is flipping out, specifically the Glock, in a random format. Aquarius mentioned in this tweet that this has been in the game for a very long time. This does make you think though. Let's just say we're 5 years into CS2. Valve has already added weapon charms, grenade skins, Zeus skins, C4 wraps, and possibly a bunch of different cosmetics as well. They're not going to have much to do that's left anyway. I believe once the fixing stage of CS2 is over, they're obviously going to add a bunch of cosmetics and something like an operation or case will happen. Lastly, for today's video is official news from Valve. Half-Life, it seems to be, got an update. Also to mention, an hour-long documentary on the creation of Half-Life, and even the man Gaben was involved, which he said a few interesting things for game releases. Now, after this came out and a lot of us CS players watched this documentary, it pissed off a lot of people in the CS community because they see the current state of CS2, but Valve even knows, one, the game released in a bad state, and they said that game creators shouldn't be upset or worried about delaying a game's release because it might be too buggy. Better safe than sorry. And as most of you know, there's a pretty big debate with CS2's release, if it should have been delayed longer or possibly just overall released maybe a year or two later. I'll leave that for you guys to decide. And I guess we'll end today's video with a question. Can Valve break the curse with counting to 3? Will Half-Life 3 ever emerge or even be announced? Seems like they're very passionate over there at Valve with Half-Life, and based off this most recent update, there's currently 31,000 people playing the game, which is pretty much a record right now. Let me know what you guys think about these most recent updates, the bugs, but also the CS2 news. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.